Just mosey on over to the trail. Gotta get warmed up again. Make sure to start the Fitbit. Buying a camera muffle of some sort. Because I'm sure it's really loud. But I'll slow down once we get to the trail proper. So many cars. It's so loud. Always a risk right there. It's not even a risk. You might as well just assume it's going to happen. People go in and out of that all the time. Cool, here we are. You may have seen one of my previous videos coming down this trail south. That was the time when I rode with friends from work. It was really fun, but I'd never gone that way. A little bit up this hill. Hi. It was one of those 2-footer triangular scooters that you can ride back and forth to propel yourself. So yeah, this is the Lime Creek Trail, northbound, on the north side of the 64th Street trailhead. Or it might be 68th Street, or it might be Gower. It's really confusing right there. But today, I wanted to go for an easy ride and talk about weight loss. Mostly because it's at the forefront of my mind. It's a big deal for me right now. And also because I wanted this to be a vlog, but it's not being much of one so far. It's just chronicling my rides. So I get a little bit shy around corners where I can't see who can listen to me. For all I know, there's somebody around every corner. And that's embarrassing for some reason. Oh, this is so pretty. I'm so lucky to live next to a trail like this. Hi. So yeah, diet. First things first. So I'm still weighing in somewhere around 260. It's fluctuating day by day, as it does. I can talk about that a little bit more. But yeah, 260. It's kind of depressing. That's 30 pounds over where I was middle of last year. I don't know. Gained a lot of weight. There's a whole psychological aspect to that that I don't want to talk about today. Probably will sometime. But what I've started to do, I guess it's threefold. You can see maybe I'm wearing my Fitbit. The Fitbit came out with a couple years ago, a few years ago, a Charge HR, which is old news today. But they've got that pulsed green light heart rate monitoring technology that is super cool. The benefit of that is you can give it some basic biometrics like your height and your gender and your weight. And with the heart rate, measure your total caloric expenditure. Hi. So if you're looking for weight loss, you gotta get something like that. It's kind of cool. So that's one thing I've done. I'm wearing that daily now. Because my overall plan is to count calories. It's the only surefire way to know you're going to lose weight. On your left. Thanks a lot. Only surefire way to know you're going to lose weight. So I also have a scale, not for me. Well, I mean, I do have one for me, but I have one for food. It's sitting on my counter, so that when I prepare food at home, I get a much more accurate measure of how much food I'm actually consuming, which turns into calories. So with that, I know how much I expend, how much I consume, and I should have a pretty good theory prediction of how my weight should change with time. Sorry. This is more difficult than I thought. So the theory is that body fat, 1 pound of body fat is 3,500 calories. Which is a really pretty accurate estimate. So if I know my caloric deficit or surplus of any given day, and then I sum that up over time, I should be able to predict how much weight I've actually gained or lost. If I've been really diligent about measuring my calories in, and a Fitbit's prediction is alright, which in my experience it is, at least for my lifestyle. So yeah, the third thing is I take my weight every day, or almost every day. On your left. Thanks. Actually, taking my weight every day is the least important thing I get right all the time. But I'm going for every day because it gives me motivation. And that's where I see daily fluctuation. So in the past, I've done this very successfully. But what I did then was I weighed myself without clothes on every morning after going to the bathroom, before taking a shower, every single day. And it it didn't count if any of those steps were missing. And I got a little bit obsessive about it. On your left. Thank you. So, the obsessive part wasn't the doing, it was the cheating. So I like go to bed dehydrated and stupid stuff like that, which is dumb and not healthy. So I'm not doing that this time. Oh, this part always scares me. It's also why I bought my, it is the reason why I bought my bell. Why? Because it's there. Cool. Here we are. Oh, I gotta catch my breath. So we just went under Berry Road and we're going up to 152. And at 152, we're gonna get on the 152 trail and head over to I-29. But I'm gonna do this part slow. Yeah. So I get obsessive and do stuff like that. And that leads to burnout. So I am very intentionally taking my weight with clothes on, no shoes, at some point in the afternoon or evening, after having gone to work, and whether or not I've eaten or gone to the bathroom is completely beside the point. So I'm getting lots and lots of variance. I have a spreadsheet, a Google spreadsheet on the cloud, in Google's cloud service, and I update it every day with the date and my weight, what I ate, and the aggregate of all of my calories, which I think is cute. The idea being that in three months or so, all of that noise, 2 or 3 pounds here by week, will have smoothed out into a noticeable trend that matches my calculated caloric deficit, knock on wood, that I had nearly every day, at least 6 out of 7 days in the previous month. Like I said, I've done that before. Back in 2011 and 2012, I weighed a staggering 220 pounds. I got down to 187. I did exactly what I just described. Only difference being that I was running. I wasn't cycling. Back then I had never even been on a road geometry bike with like the drop bars and your butt higher than your hands. But I was a pretty good runner. I ran 5 miles 4 days a week at work. And it worked. And I think I still have that Excel spreadsheet from back then. On your left. Thank you. Wow, this is a hill. I've never done this so slow before. Going more slowly really makes hills harder, it seems like. Road. Here's Green Hills. No real safe way to do this fast. You can see these cars. Buzz through here real quick. There we go. Basically a reverse of what I did on Sunday. Or was that Friday? I think it was Friday. Wow, how the weekend goes away. Well, I tell you, this whole weight loss thing takes a lot of discipline. But at least at the beginning, it's really hard because all you see is noise. Noise looks a lot like lack of progress or even reverse progress. So I've got about a week and a half at this point, I think. The first half of that week is, it's not super rigorous. Like I didn't have the calories consumed, I just had my weight. Which is even worse, because now I have a week and a half of what looks like treading water. And that could be very detrimental to one's psyche, so that's why discipline's important. Blue Jay. DJ up there. Yeah, discipline's important because I don't have a lot of motivation. Nothing's motivating me in the moment. Lots of hills on this section. I say I'm not going to do them hard, but I might end up sprinting. Sort of depends on how I feel. This is not the time for discipline. This is the time for fun. This is a big freaking hill. Just watch this thing. Look at that. Holy crap. Not too early. Water break over. And we're just a shopping center away from I-29. But I think I'm gonna go all the way and see what this trail extension right here goes. Whew. All right, keep going. I've never been up here before. Not on this trail. So I have no idea what's going to happen. Worst case scenario is I have to get on the road. And that just would be boring. Yeah, I think so. Yui and get in the right lane. Coast is clear. Right lane is the only one that goes straight. I need a much lower gear because it's going to start from the stop. Thank goodness for sunscreen. Oh, this guy wants to go. Another fun thing to do once I have a whole bunch of data is to check the accuracy of things like Fitbit. I could see overall how well it did. I could check its accuracy versus total calories expended, thinking that maybe the more exercise you do, the less accurate it is. I actually could compare it to drift over time. I do have that stuff from about, oh no, that was way too long ago. I have some older Fitbit data, but that's like a decade old. It had to have been a different watch. I apparently cannot get over here. Thought I could, guess I can't. So I'm gonna do that funny business Yui. So you might hear me fiddling with my pedals a lot. Mine are flipped. One side is the kind you clip into, the other side are flats. So I can do things like ride to work in my regular shoes. So if you hear me fiddling with it, it's because I'm on the wrong side and you can't clip into flat metal. Alright, some more water. We're going to try to QOM this again. I did it once when I was tired. Last time, actually. You look for the video titled QOM, PRs, and some junk. That's the one. Well, let's see if we can do it faster, shall we? Here goes something. Diets suck. Heck yeah. Oh, wow. I got that side stitch back. That's fun. Oh boy. And my turn. Okie doke. Sorry, I had a burp. Yeah, okay, so I was waiting, not just because I was out of breath, but this hill coming up here, I got second place on in a PR last time. There's probably no chance of being a QOM, but I have to give it a shot. So I wanted to rest. After all, the harder you work here, the more you get to eat to maintain a caloric deficit. Oh shoot, yeah, I haven't said what my goal is for my calorie deficit. I'll tell you after this hill. God, it burns! It burns so bad. I don't have any idea where that segment starts or ends. For all I know, I really screwed it up. Slowing down here. Slow down here at the top of the hill. Back to the trail. So yeah, my goal is going to be something like a pound to a pound and a half a week. So 7,500. 750, I should say, calories to 500 calories a day deficit is my goal. I could go over, but I'm not going to go over because I'm starving myself, nor because I'm anxious. If I go over, it's because I'm full and I did a ton of exercise. Let's say I want to lose 70 pounds, and I do. I want to lose 70 pounds, but I would be happy with 50. I think I would look pretty good at 210, given that I'm 6 feet tall. Let's do it. To 50 pounds for easy math. That's 50 weeks. So a little bit, just a little bit under a year. This time next year, I should be at my goal weight. Stay tuned to find out. On your left. Thank you. Hurts. Got a little puppy dog bite it today. He's in his nibbling phase. Alright, this is fun. I shouldn't have to pedal, but I'm gonna. I did all but that very first part of that pedaling, and I should be able to do the whole rest of it that way too. Do you want to go for a speed challenge? Let's see how fast we can go. Clear in the rear. Well, wow, that took the moisture right out of my mouth. I only made it to 30, according to my little cycle computer. All it really does is measure miles and miles per hour. It's got a little magnet on the front, and it's wired, so I wrapped the wires around my top tube and my forks. It works. It's cheap, but it works. I don't have a ton of money right now. I'd like to be able to get a little bit of money from YouTube and sort of nickel and dime my way up to a new bike. But that dream's kind of far off. This content isn't polished enough, I don't think. That probably looked dangerous, but I can see. So yeah, that's another one of those times where discipline will come in handy. Because saying something like it's going to take a year to get to my goal weight, it's kind of deflating, you know. It kills your motivation. The motivation isn't something you can count on. Discipline you can count on. But then again, think about it like this. You know, if you're significantly overweight and you're daunted by how long it's going to take to lose it, like why even start, right? Well, me, if I were 30 pounds lighter, if I weighed 230, I know I would look a lot better, and I would be a lot faster and a lot healthier. I would just be happier in general if I was 30 pounds lighter. So, given that, you know, the payoff isn't all in a year. Oh, look at that. It's not all one lump sum. It's not an arm. You know, like the mortgage. It doesn't balloon at the end. You'll feel better as you go along. So, milestones, I guess. I guess they say milestones, but that sounds too much like business. I'm kind of tired of big business. I'll just feel better at 30 pounds. And I should be able to get there in half a year. I'll feel better at 15 pounds. I'll feel better at 10 pounds. So those are my goals. That's what I'm working towards. And I can just remember that if ever I feel I need a little bit of motivation. It's sort of like, I don't know how many of you ever played Diablo, but there's the demon hunter, and they have discipline and hatred. Well, hatred is like motivation. It's an emotion. You know, it's transient. It comes and goes. It's like a pretty bird. It's there and you appreciate it, but then when it's gone, you can't let your life fall apart. Sometimes you just have to watch YouTube videos of pretty birds. So you can steal from your motivation to replenish your discipline, and vice versa, but your discipline runs out very slowly and rebuilds constantly. At least that's where you want to be. And it just takes practice and mindfulness, but a lot of practice. And that's what I'm practicing. Discipline has gotten me through some pretty hard times recently. You know, if like I start feeling depressed, the first thing I'll do is I'll clean that room and I'll take a shower, do my laundry, go to the grocery store and buy good food. No speed today. Oh well. You know, I'll go for a bike ride if I'm feeling depressed. And I won't feel like it, you know? Shoot, when I'm depressed, I just want to sit at home and mope. depression feelings are natural. They will come and go. And you need to realize that. Nobody's ever going to not have depression come into their life at some point. In fact, depression isn't even considered pathological in all cases. If you're depressed because you lose a loved one, then it's perfectly expected and natural. Nobody's going to give you, Zoloft, which saved my life at one point, because you're depressed because you lost a loved one. But it's your, it's your opportunity though to not spiral. You don't want to spiral. So yeah, it'll come in to your life. You'll feel depressed, you'll feel down, no hope, no excitement. And that's natural. But prevent yourself from having those feelings, those depressive feelings, cause more depression. Depression can be caused externally or internally, or both. It's very complicated. It's a very complex system. But some discipline in your life can prevent you from having a depressive time turn into a downward spiral. So, the whole point of that was to say discipline is a really big deal. It's a skill, like any skill. You develop it. And I think it's worth taking the time and intentionally developing it. Set out to develop it. Take steps you normally don't take just to develop discipline. Because then you will be able to lose weight and stuff. And if you're really good at it, you'll never let your life get into a situation where you gain this much. I'm not that good at it. Just not quite that good at it. But that's a talk. It's a ramble for another time. It's really cold right there. So now we get to do 64th Street. I'm going to do something similar to last time. I'm just going to crawl myself up the first part and try to get on the leaderboards for the second. And I assure you, it has nothing to do with the fact that it's really hard. And I just don't like it. Actually, it's probably half that. At this point, I really do want to get on that second leaderboard. So my friend I went cycling with, he created a segment that makes a little bit more sense than the original 64th Street climb. Wait. All right, here we go. I'm gonna cut this to pieces because it's gonna be boring as hell. I'm just gonna walk up it. Hey, when I was doing this in a good time, I was 30 pounds lighter. So yeah, I'm in just about as good a shape, surprisingly. It's actually kind of hard to believe, but you don't lose this kind of fitness very quickly. But it's more work. It's literally more work. I'm hauling my big butt up this hill, and my butt weighs 30 pounds more. Probably got into my big chain ring a little too fast. Let's take a drink first. Check the camera. Yeah. Catch the breath. So this segment starts at the road up here, which is more than halfway up the hill already. So I want to hit it at speed, but I also don't want to waste a lot of energy getting there. I think I'm going to err on the side of hitting it too slow. Sunscreen in my eyes. That is definitely the downside of going really slow in the middle or at the end of a ride. Like last time, it's probably too much information. Last time when I started climbing this hill and I was going really slow for that very same reason, like my stomach turned back on, because your stomach sort of shuts off when you do exercise. Mine turned back on. It decided it was time to start digesting, and that didn't feel very good. But also, all that sweat that just sort of evaporates off of you starts to roll down your face. And I put on lots of sunscreen because I don't need cancer. That stuff stings in your eyes. All right, here we go. That was such a mistake. All the legs burn. Not out of breath at all. The legs burn. It's because I'm fat. Go faster. Faster. Big ring. Here we go. Yeah. Come on, legs. Burn doesn't mean anything. boy. Well, at least now I should be on the leaderboards somewhere. Oh, that hill just keeps going. My legs are already full of lactic acid. Well, that was a good ride. Thanks for coming with me. And I'll see you for the next ride. Bye-bye.